Hey, what's up guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to the amazing Vegan Outreach Fundamentals video, the first one, hopefully the first of many, where I will share tips and tricks and skills and tools that will hopefully help all of us become more effective outreachers, more effective advocates for non-human animals.
Take me out to the ball game.
Just here on a walk with Kona. What's up, Kona? She's distracted, probably looking for squirrels. And as you can see, we just walked by a baseball diamond. And I started thinking about the time when I used to coach Little League here in this park. And I started thinking about some of the challenges that Little League players face when they first start playing baseball. One of the challenges that new players face is the fear of striking out. You know, when it's your first time going up to bat and some kid is whipping a really heavy hard ball at you, you know, you're afraid. Well, one, you're afraid of getting hit by the pitch, but two, you're also afraid of the worst thing that can happen, which is striking out. And if we're afraid of striking out when we're at bat, then we're playing from a kind of defensive mindset. And what ends up happening a lot of times is you end up fouling off a lot of balls, but you don't actually end up making some solid contact or connection with the ball. And I think that there's something to be said about that as well with outreach, is if we're worried, if we're going into a conversation worried that it's not going to go well, that they're going to say something that we don't have a good answer to, or that we can handle properly, it's going to be really difficult for us also to make that connection with that person that we're trying to maybe influence or coach. The other thing that is pretty common with Little League players is that they go up to bat, and especially like the really eager ones, and they want to hit a home run. They want to go out there and just smash the ball as hard as they can. And anything short of that in their minds is not a success. So they go up there and they swing way too hard, and they generally end up striking out because they're just trying to hit this home run every time. And I think the same thing can go for outreach. If we're so focused on only, you know, feeling like we were successful when we, you know, when someone went vegan, let's say, on the spot after talking to us, that can put a lot of pressure on us as outreachers. And oftentimes in baseball, games are won not by one or two people hitting home runs, but generally it's a team effort, a collective effort of people hitting a lot of singles and maybe the occasional double here and there. So it's, you know, a lot of little things that are done right. And if when you're doing outreach, you know, all you manage to do is hit that single. So for example, somebody just takes veganism a little bit more seriously, or they have a more positive impression of veganism, or you hit a double where they say, you know what, yeah, I'll go home and I'll watch some documentaries, or you really do a great job, you hit a triple, and you know, they say, sure, I'm going to try Vegan 22, I'm going to go home and I'm going to really give this a shot. Or, you know, yeah, you manage to hit that home run where they say they want to go vegan on the spot. All that happens through doing the fundamentals right, focusing your energy on doing those little things right, and not necessarily focusing on or putting pressure on yourself to have to hit that home run every time. Another really important aspect of becoming a really good baseball player or a really good outreacher is learning the fundamentals. The fundamentals of communication, the fundamentals of building rapport. There are certain things that come naturally to people, and then there's other things that just don't. That if you haven't had a chance to work in fields where you communicate with people, where you have to influence people, whether it's sales or negotiations or mediation, there are just these skills that you can actually learn and that you can put into place when speaking with people, which will significantly increase your average, your outreach batting average, let's say. Once you have a set of fundamentals that you like, that you feel will help you, then it boils down to practice. You know, I think about the most successful little leaguers that I used to coach, the guys that had the highest batting averages, the ones that were hitting the ball further, could throw the ball harder, more accurately, all that stuff. And what I noticed from them was, one, that they were that they took the game seriously, they took the fundamentals seriously and learning them, and that they also practiced them a lot. So they consistently showed up to practices. They also, outside of practice time, they would go home and they would get their parents or their siblings or their friends to throw the ball around with them. They'd go to the park on their own and spend time, hitting the ball into the fence or whatever they're doing to practice those fundamentals. So as activists and outreachers, don't feel like this stuff has to come naturally. It's totally fine, and I would highly recommend that we spend time with each other, outreaching, practicing, role-playing, dealing with the most difficult objections, so that when we're in the game, when we're actually on the streets doing outreach, it's second nature to us. We don't have to think about what we're doing. It just flows naturally. These fundamentals that we've picked up, these tools, these coaching tools that we've learned. I hope you guys enjoyed my insights as a former Little League coach and a current outreach coach. I'm gonna keep making videos on the fundamentals of vegan outreach. If you like this video and the other videos on my channel, please subscribe, share, like, and I'll keep putting out content, okay? Take care, guys. Bye. And Kona says bye too. Kona, say bye to everybody. Say bye to everybody.